Welcome to episode 9 of the Part-Time Players podcast. Nearly messed that up. My name's Reese Lagden, and I'm obviously with my usual co-host, Brad. How are you doing today, Brad?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. You?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. Yeah, so this is going to be a special pre-recorded Nintendo nostalgia episode. Do you want to kick it off, Brad?
Yeah, so we need to pre-record a couple of episodes, and it's going to be our first one. So we just thought, why not? We don't really talk a lot about Nintendo, so we thought we'd do our little nostalgia, favourite games on the various systems over the years. It's not going to be an in-depth deep dive into every console. It's just going to be more, our general thoughts on the ones that we've owned as well.
Our memories kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a couple. I don't think neither of us ever had a SNES, so
nope.
That won't be getting getting a mention, I'm afraid. So, no SNES. Just a little trip down memory lane about our.
Although, did that debut a lot of their big franchises? Was that when the first when was the first 3D Mario? Was that the 64? Was that on the?
Yeah, 64. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's why it's good. Yeah, Mario 64 was the first 3D one.
3D. Okay. Yeah. That kind of changed gaming, I think.
Yeah, and first Zelda obviously was 64. 3D Zelda was 64. So.
Oh, the 3D one. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's today's episode. Before we get into it, have you been up to much, Reese, in the couple of days since we last spoke?
So it's only a few days after we actually recorded the previous episode, but obviously it's move day for me, or move day tomorrow. Just been busy going back and forth. Got the keys today for my new apartment, and been going back and forth. I had almost kind of escaped a massive water bill because I apparently took responsibility for the entire building block. But thankfully my letting agency let me know that I'm not supposed to be paying a water bill at all, so I kind of called the water company where I live, and they basically explained that in me putting a request in to moving into my apartment, I basically took responsibility for the entire building. So that was it was kind of funny. A good escape. That's a ding. That's from BT. So BT is another one that I've been going back and forth with, but I can thankfully say it's all sorted. I've got some kind of mini hub is on the way, apparently. I've got a router. I've got a smart router too.
Okay, cool. Nice.
And then also she's given me a hub. Yeah, this woman, Dawn, who started dealing with it, she was really, really good. Shout out to Dawn at BT, because she was,
Yeah, she definitely listens to this, so,
Yeah, maybe she does. That's why she did such a good job. But shout out to her.
Yeah. I haven't really been doing anything really. So
no, you've done nothing. You've done fuck all.
I've literally just been working. So that's all I've been doing, I'm afraid.
Oh, really? Oh, actually, it's talking about news. Well, it's not really news, but no, when I said I went to the gym and I felt a bit achy.
Oh, yeah.
The next day I had a thing, I've kind of diagnosed myself with that. I had a thing called DOMS, which is delayed onset muscle soreness. But I had it so severe, my arms, I couldn't even bend my arm. I still can't do it fully now. That's as far as my arm goes. But the other day it was like that. And I couldn't bend it any further. I was walking around like a T-Rex. Honestly, I looked like an absolute prat. I couldn't bend my arms. I was in absolute pain. I'm on painkillers and paracetamol.
I just think
I'm clogged up at the moment, so I'm a bit hyper.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, it might make the episode a little bit better. You never know. So.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Because this is a pre-record this week, we don't have any news because obviously it will just be out of date by the time it gets released. So no news.
PS5 has been revealed. The price has been dropped.
Yeah, exactly.
It's coming out. So,
it will happen. The week we don't record, all this information will come out. So
yeah. Well, we'll do a double whammy the week after.
Yeah, we'll do a special mini-sode or something. So I don't know. Do you want me to start? Because I don't think you owned the first console, did you? Didn't own an NES. So the first computer console I ever owned was a NES, so the Nintendo Entertainment System, and it was given to me by my uncle. And he had like spare controllers. He had like his big gamepad, like the analog stick, and a load of games.
It's one of these weird
and
uncle stories.
No.
Okay,
It's a really cool uncle, and I don't know why he just decided to give all this stuff to me. And as a kid, I didn't look after it, and I don't know where half the stuff is now. So it's
strange
fun,
that.
but
I don't know where.
yeah, I do think parents just chuck stuff away because
100% do.
Yeah, unless it's in the loft. I don't know, it might be in the loft, but so I had all these games, and the one that sticks out for me, well, the two that stick out for me on the NES, obviously, well, there's more than right, basically all of Mario. So Mario Brothers 1, 2, and 3 were, like, remember fondly, and the other one was McDonald's Kids. So yeah, a bit of a random one, but I'll talk about McDonald's Kids a little bit. So McDonald's Kids was released in 1992 and produced by Virgin Interactive, and basically it was like a platform game where you played these two kids and you just go around McDonald's land, and interacting with all the old mascots. So you had like the Hamburglar and the
was this an official McDonald's game?
Is an official McDonald's game, yeah, McDonald's Kids, yeah.
Christ. Wow.
And I thought I was like the only one who ever played it, but when I started talking about it to my girlfriend years ago, she remembers playing it, so she played it as well. And we actually bought a NES a few years ago, and we bought two games for it. We bought Mario Brothers 3 and McDonald's Kids. So it's just even now, me talking about it, I can hear the theme tune playing in my head.
Oh really?
It's
okay,
just,
yeah. Cool.
And each level, it's not that big, but obviously back when I was a kid, it seemed huge. And you used to go to, you had like a Grimace Land, and whatever. There used to be like a mascot chicken thing, and I can't actually remember what the story was to it. I think I don't really know what the point of it was, but it was like Mario. It was like a platformer, like a bit of a Mario rip-off a little bit, but it's just fun. And just really enjoyed it. And as I said about the Mario games, Mario 2 was completely different actually Mario 2, which they got in Japan, was just Mario Brothers 1 but harder, and they didn't release it in the West because they thought it'd be too difficult. So
really?
then,
interesting.
Yeah, they when they bought out Mario Brothers 2, it's completely different. You could pick who you could choose. You could play as Mario, Luigi, Princess Peach, or Toad, and each one had like a little like Luigi could jump further. I think Princess Peach could hover, and Toad could do something. And used to be able to pull vegetables out of the ground to throw at the enemies instead of jumping on them, and you could jump on the enemies like Shy Guy and pick him up and lob at other enemies. So they're that was a brilliant game. And Mario Brothers 3, I think everyone. Have you ever played Mario Brothers 3? I know you didn't have a NES, but have you played it since?
I don't think. No, I haven't played it. No, the only Mario Brothers I've ever played, I think, was on the Wii U.
Okay. Yeah, so Mario Brothers 3 is like, I think it's one of the, it's one of the most beloved games out there, I think. So that was the one where you could get the different suits. So there was a name for the suit that you could wear. I can't remember what the name of it was, but you basically turned like a raccoon, and you could glide. There was like a frog suit, all the different totally expanded worlds, and it was just a brilliant game.
I might have played it on the 64. There was one on the N64 as well, wasn't there?
There was a Mario on N64, yeah. I don't know if 3 was on there, but they've released them before. Like again, I think they've released them on Game Boy Advance or the DS. But yeah, for me, if I think of the NES, I think of McDonald's Kids and Mario. There was a few other games I used to play. There was a Godzilla game I used to play on it, which was quite cool. You had to fight Mothra and Rodan, but I wasn't allowed to play it because every time Godzilla died, my brother used to cry. So my mum and dad told me I couldn't play it with him in the room. He was only a kid at the time, but really,
he wasn't a grown man.
He wasn't a grown man, no.
Yeah,
and talk about NES. I downloaded that pack onto the Switch from all the old NES games, but I didn't.
Okay.
I haven't played on any of them because we're saying about the nostalgia thing. But yeah, it's just NES for me is McDonald's and Mario. That sums
Yeah.
up my NES experience.
Okay. Yeah. No. Sounds. Oh, yeah. It sounds like games from what, the early 90s, 80s. It's just.
Yeah, so McDonald's Kids got released in 1992, and it got a 6 out of 10 from Nintendo Life. And Mario Brothers 3, came out in 1988. So late 80s, early 90s. So just my. But you look at Mario. If you look at Mario Brothers 3, for it to come out in 1988, it still looks good. Like when we plug our NES in, it still. I don't know. It just looks crisp. You know, it doesn't look like some of the games that you look at some of the games that come out, and Mario Brothers 2 as well, and obviously the first one. I think they had so much effort and just so much development went into them. They can stand the test of time. McDonald's Kids, that's a little less polished now. But
I can imagine. You can play it on the Switch. Can you play all these games on the Switch?
Yeah, you can't play McDonald's Kids,
okay.
But you can play Mario Bros 1, 2, and 3 are on there. I think there's like Donkey Kong's on there and Zelda. Don't really know what else is on there, but those 3 are definitely on there because
that is on my bucket list, is to go back and play some of the a lot of the Zeldas, because I've only ever played 2.
Yeah, I've only ever played.
That's line 3. I've played 3 of them.
Yeah, I think I've played 4 maybe, but we'll get onto that later on, which ones I've played and which ones I haven't. But that's my NES experience, and you didn't have one, so you can't contribute to this. So I don't know if the next console we was going to talk about is Game Boy. Have you got any Game Boy memories? Like the original Game Boy?
No, I never had the original Game Boy.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Reese! Why are you doing this podcast? You haven't had anything. Okay, right. Well, I'll go. I'll talk about my Game Boy memories. And so the original Game Boy, like the thick white one, which I still have, although it's gone. It's changed colour now. It's like a off yellow colour now.
Oh, really?
It's so old.
Yeah, the plastic is.
That was released in 1989. Okay. So I remember obviously I didn't get it in 1989 because I was only 2. So I don't know how old I was. I was in secondary school when I did get it. And we was in this. Me and my mum was out shopping when I was a little kid, and they had one in the shop window, and I was like run in there, and I was like, "Oh, can you reserve this?" And the guy was like, "Yeah, for like 10 minutes." And then I had to like go and find my mum, to go get money for it, and just buying it, and I got Mario with it. And it was just I was so excited just to get home, to play it. But the one game that I put the most hours into it was Pokemon Blue. That was the game. Yeah, the one like just devoted hours of my life on that game.
Okay.
It was just such a good game. Even obviously now. They remade the original Pokemons for the Game Boy Advance in Fire Red and Leaf Green a little while ago, years ago. But it's just so good. I think one of my biggest memories of Pokemon Blue is when I was sitting in a hospital waiting room, and it was in a safari zone. Have you ever played Pokemon Blue and Red?
No.
Okay, so you're in this safari zone. And you only had to do so many steps before you get kicked out, and you have to find the Safari Warden's teeth. And once I found the Safari Warden's teeth, and then you get to progress in the games. And I don't know why, out of all the memories of Pokemon, that is the one that stands out, is finding the Warden's teeth in the Safari Zone. But that is the one that I can remember most. I don't know why.
Sure.
And I think my starter was a Bulbasaur. A bit of a basic bitch, but what can I say? I like that little green dinosaur plant thing, so it's just
it was cool. The only Game Boy I owned was the Advance, and like you said, was it Ruby and Emerald? Was it Emerald?
Ruby and Sapphire and Crystal, maybe.
Was it Crystal?
Yeah,
it was Emerald. Was it not Emerald? No, okay. But
it might
I definitely owned one of the I only ever had one like Pokemon game when I was younger on the Game Boy Advance, and it was one of the advanced ones. I don't know which one it was. I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
But yeah, I
I
never had Red or
think
Blue.
I've
I
bought
skipped all that.
every Pokemon game.
They're really popular.
So yeah, so on original as well on the original Game Boy, even though and it was on the Game Boy Color as well. Was you could put it on the Game Boy Color and it upgraded a little bit. Was Gold and Silver, so that was
Sure.
basically just as good as as Red and Blue. But then once you've done one region, so you've done the Johto region, a new region with the new Pokemon, you could go back to Kanto and beat the gym leaders again from that region.
Sure.
And then you met the player from the first one, Red, I think his name is, because obviously you can pick, and you fight him in Mount Silver, and he's tough. He's got like a level 90 Pikachu, and I think he had a Snorlax, and I never actually beat him because he was just too tough. Because my
really?
skills,
Wow.
my
Still to this day.
Pokemon skills, weren't up to the scratch. But I just love. Me and my mates used to obviously the link cable. They had to battle and trade with other people, and on the Game Boy, and like the Game Boy original Game Boy was just, it's the screen is green, like green and black.
Oh yeah,
so
because you had Game Boy Color, didn't you?
Yeah. So the original Game Boy, no backlight. So you actually have these little worm lights to go onto it. You can get these big beefy battery packs to try and make the battery last longer. It's just it's just a brilliant game. And then moving on to Game Boy Color, I had that as obviously I had a Game Boy Color, a lime green one. And then I've had all. Then I had a normal Game Boy Advance. Then I had the Game Boy Advance SP. And then to the DS and a 3DS. So it's I've had a lot of Nintendo consoles, and I think you said the same, Reese. Although I've had a lot of Nintendo consoles, it's always kind of been a secondary console for me. So I would have mainly for exclusives. So obviously I'm a big fan of Pokemon and like the Marios and the Zeldas. That's what I'd use my Nintendos for. So although I've had a lot of consoles, I've got a 3DS, and I've only got 2 games to the 3DS. So it's I just don't use it I don't use them very often. But the games I have played on them are obviously been some of the good ones. So it's good times in the thinking back buying my little Game Boy and
Game Boy is it's a great portable, probably the first great portable. Game Boy Advance is obviously I have very fond memories of, and then obviously the PSP I have very fond memories of.
The PSP.
And obviously now the Switch I think is kind of adopted both of them together, if you know what I mean. And I think the Switch is obviously the evolution of all the consoles and obviously all the portables put into one thing, which is why it's I think it's such a success.
Yeah, exactly, definitely. Yeah, it was. Did you ever have a PlayStation Vita?
No.
Okay, that's the end of that conversation. So that's.
You did. Yeah, you did, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. So I can see it from where I'm sitting. It's just sitting over there, literally gathering dust. So.
Oh really? Yeah, the old Vita. Will PlayStation ever jump into the portable world, do you reckon, again?
No, I don't think so. No, I think it won't bother. But with Game Boy, I did buy a lot of Game Boy DS games. So I've got a few different Zelda games for DS. So I had Spirit Tracks and another one. I can't remember what the other one was, but I never got around to playing them. I don't know why. I just bought all these games and just never played them. But it's game. Just brilliant, like you say, the Game Boy. It was a game changer, really. The Game Boy.
It was in terms of portability and gaming, definitely.
Exactly, yeah. What was the what was the first Nintendo console you owned and played?
N64.
And
a bit like you, it was always a secondary console because kind of my kind of gaming kind of memories of being younger was the first ever console I ever owned was a Sega Mega Drive. Then I had a PlayStation 1, and that was kind of my main console throughout the 90s. And then I remember I didn't even ask for an N64. It wasn't even like a birthday present, Christmas present, or anything. I remember my dad just coming home from work one day. And I don't know if he bought it from someone or it was secondhand or whatever, but he one day just
Yeah.
came home with this box of this N64 and it had loads of games. It had like 4 controllers. It had all the, like, it had loads of stuff. And he was like, there you go.
Yeah.
Like, fuck off for the weekend kind of thing.
Yeah.
This will keep you busy for like a year. And I was like, wow. And then, yeah. We haven't spoken since. I'm still busy with it now.
I can't remember where I got my N64 from. I just got one, but I don't know where. I don't know where. I can't remember where we got it from or who bought it for me. Or it's just I think I really wanted one because you could play Pokemon Colosseum on it. And although when I did get a N64, I didn't have. I never got Pokemon Colosseum. But yeah, I had Mario 64 on it, and Ocarina of Time obviously was the big one. And
yeah, I had that.
One of my most favorite games on it was Star Wars Episode 1 Pod Racer, which they released a little while ago.
Yes, I love that game also. Yeah, I had it.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Just the way I remember you used to play it. You used to pay to upgrade your pod race. So you could go like buy new parts or go to Watto's garage and buy second-hand, like refurbished parts, a little bit cheaper. Yep. And the races, again, I don't think I ever completed it because it did get really tough near the end. You know,
I don't think I ever beat it. I don't. But, you look back into like games when you're younger, and you kind of think, was there any games I actually finished? I don't think I finished any like ever. Like I played like it for like a few weeks, maybe a month. Probably did the same level over and over again.
Yeah,
and then just I don't know. The next thing came out, and then you kind of moved on, or you played the same. Do you know what I mean? I don't think I ever. Yeah. I
finished it.
Conscious of any of beating it or whatever, but yeah.
Yeah, no. So, what was the games that you played stand out for you on the N64?
When I think of the N64, I kind of think of co-op, and I think of me and my brother playing together, and that's how we played most games. So the first one, which is obviously well known for being, kind of changed first-person shooters and was very defined in terms of the generation, but I didn't realize at the time. I just thought it was quite a niche thing that me and my brother liked, and that was GoldenEye.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I loved that game. Me and my brother used to like do co-op, we'd use a character, do different levels. I think there was so much customization you could do within the levels. I think you could have like different bullets, or you could have silly like unlimited life, like you didn't die, so you could just keep killing it, like you just wouldn't die. I don't know. There was some really weird like things you could add to it. Yeah, that game was fantastic. Did you have that game? Did you?
I would admit, I know this was, to a lot of people, this is going to sound, like sacrilege, but I've never played GoldenEye.
Never played it? Wow. Okay.
Never played it. No, never. I think the first James Bond game I played was on the PS1. I think it was like, I can't remember, maybe like The World Is Not Enough or something. It might have been PS2, I don't know. But it's, never played GoldenEye. Never played GoldenEye. So yeah, my N64 was. I didn't have a lot of games. I had Quake 3, I think it was. Star Wars, Ocarina of Time was the big one. And that is a game I did finish. So that was a big one. And I got it again when they brought it out for the 3DS. So I bought that again. Never completed it on the 3DS. So. But I can't really think of what other. Like I say, it's kind of like a foggy blur. My N64. I know I had one, but I can't remember what games I had for it. Really, I must not have had a lot of games for it.
Another one that I have really fond memories of, and I'm sure as you also as another Star Wars fan, another Star Wars game was Rogue Squadron. Did you have Rogue Squadron?
What for the N64?
Yes.
No, I had all the Rogue Squadron games for the GameCube, but I didn't have any on the N64.
Okay, yeah, the first one came on the N64. It was fantastic. I remember being in an X-Wing, flying over Tatooine. It was like a fantasy as a kid. It was fantastic.
I remember the GameCube ones. They were really good, but N64 not really. And I just remember playing on Zelda Ocarina of Time and like the figuring out the puzzles and and the sense of accomplishment that you got when you did figure it out. Like I think, like to get a Epona, you had to go back. You had to do something as when you was a kid, and then so when you put the Master Sword in the Temple of Time and you went forward in time, you went back. It remembered you, and you was able to beat the ranch owner and keeper. And one thing I did never done though, and never worked out on Ocarina of Time, was how to get the giant sword. So I remember obviously you had your little sword when you was young Link, and then you had the Master Sword, but you also had to get this big like claymore, and I never figured out how to get it repaired because it was broke.
Okay.
And it was something to do with someone in the forest, but I could never work it out. Oh yeah, I just remembered something as well. And something that used to freak me out when I was a kid, and my brother as well, when he used to watch me play it, was when you was in the forest temple, once you was like older Link, and then you used to be a certain bit, and you see a shadow, and this hand just used to come down, and unless you not quick enough, it used to just come down and grab you, and it used to freak the shit out of me every time. Like I knew the bits where it was, and I used to just try and have to run through them because it was horrible. It just a hand just coming down and grabbing you.
Oh really?
And
I don't. Yeah.
No.
I don't really remember that from the game, to be fair. I had it.
Yeah, no, that is.
But my for my age, my skill level was just not high enough to play that game, and I was just I remember just having this open area. I remember obviously playing as Link, and I remember riding the whole.
Do you mean Zelda? You're playing as Zelda, yeah? Just piss a lot of people off by referring to him as Zelda. So
you play as Link, no?
Yeah, no, it was a joke. It was a joke.
I mean, we don't want to piss off the listeners now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry, everyone.
The one Dutch guy is just left now.
Sorry. God, sorry. What was you saying about using
Zelda's
an open
princess,
area?
Yeah, Zelda's the. See, I've only played a few Zeldas, so my knowledge of
Zelda's
what Zelda and Link is. To be fair, I probably only worked that out from when I played Breath of the Wild. I realised that was
fucking hell.
Maybe. No, that's a lie. I didn't know before. And the reason why I knew before was because of Smash Bros. And that was another game that I absolutely loved. And I used to play that with my brother as well. We loved Smash Bros. And you used to play as Link or Cartoon Link or whatever. So yeah, I knew his name was Link. I was always confused. I was like, why is his name Link? I swear his name's Zelda. It used to puzzle me as a kid. But
Zelda is the princess. I was just trying to make a funny, and it backfired, and I won't try again.
You're trying to rile out the haters out there, mate. You're trying to
exactly.
There's a lot of haters out there. We don't really need that kind of attention.
Nah, that's all right. They can fuck off. I never, another game admission, I've never played a Smash game either.
Really? Wow. Okay. That's up there. One of my favorite franchises, Nintendo. Smash Bros. Yeah, really good memories of that with my brother.
McDonald's kids, yes. Smash Bros. A famous, well-loved franchise. No, so
I think you've got it backwards. You're on the wrong side of history.
I know. Yeah, but
no, my favorite one was the GameCube one, Melee. That was the best one. It was funny enough. Also with a hand. The main boss at the end was a hand, like a glove, like a Disney. Man with a white glove, and
was it Glover?
I have no idea what his name is. Don't ask me this. I have no facts.
There was a game called Glover back in the day, but I don't know if that was on Nintendo or not. I'm going to Google it now. That's nicely segue into GameCube. What GameCube games did you play apart from Smash?
Now, I put it in my GameCube section, but I don't know if I did actually play it on the N64. But there was a really good Star Fox game I played. And I don't know if it was Star Fox Adventures, which came out on the GameCube, or I played a really good one. Because I feel like it was so good. I don't feel like it wasn't on the 64, but it might have been on the 64. But that's the one I never... Well, it either belongs on the list of the 64 or it belongs on Cube.
Right.
But I really like Star Fox. What do you think of Star Fox?
I've only ever played one Star Fox, and that wasn't on mine because I didn't have one, but it was on a friend's SNES, and I really liked it. From what I played of it was great, but I never played it on. I never had a lot of them. I think I think I mentioned that on the previous podcast, but
Yeah.
From what I played of it, just fun.
Yeah, no, it's really good. It was really good. If
I'm
I could have any, like I said, I think I
gonna
said it on the last episode or maybe the episode before. If I could have any franchise or IP from Nintendo to like for the next one, obviously you want Zelda or whatever, but yeah, I'd really love them to announce that they're working on a Star Fox, like
new
a
Star
real
Fox.
open world, you know, really good.
That I'd be up for that as well, because like I say, I only have a little dabbled in it years ago, so it would be
surely
nice
must
to
be due a big direct soon where they're going to, because looking at because I went on to the store today, because like I said, I bought two games today. It's very bare, other than Paper Mario that obviously just like came out a little while ago. It's kind of like, oh, what is next? There's nothing announced, there's nothing like, so they've got to have a new slate. Like, hopefully all these games come out in November.
Oh yeah, most likely. Yeah, well, they done a mini, didn't they? But that didn't really have anything on there to offer for us. So yeah, they must be planning a main direct soon. Hopefully, get a few announcements out. But I'm going to show you a picture of Glover. It was on the N64, but it's also on PlayStation. So I don't know if you can see. Can you see Glover there? For the listeners, I'm showing Reese a picture of Glover. So
no, it's not that great. No.
Okay, so remember the good old days when you could bring out games where you played as a glove?
Smash Bros. Glove boss, maybe,
okay,
and you'll see what I mean. But GameCube might be, in terms of Nintendo, maybe all consoles, in terms of design, it might be up there with my favorite console. I love the controller. It might be my favorite controller of all time. I love the cube. Obviously, it was called the GameCube, but I like the little box that you got. It had a little handle. You had the little mini discs. I don't know.
Why it had a handle, though.
Do you remember? It had a handle, didn't it?
Yeah, I know it had a handle. Yeah, but why? Yeah. Why would you be carrying it around? Would you?
I don't know.
Would you just be?
Know. It's got an accessory. Portability. You're carrying it to your friend's house. I don't know. A lot of things had handles, didn't they? It, like gave character to the thing, because didn't the Mac, because they were in like the first MacBook.
Yeah,
the one where they had the color back, and you had the handle at the back. Yeah, exactly.
Handle,
who's carrying their PC around with them?
Yeah, it weighs a fucking ton as well. So, I like I said to you earlier on, I had the limited edition. Well, I'm going to say it got bought for my brother, but I claim it. The limited edition Zelda Wind Waker silver GameCube. With the silver controller, and I think the GameCube controller is, it is loved because you can get them you can use them on Switch, can't you?
Yeah, for Smash, because it's the best controller for Smash. So it's so good. It's so good for Smash.
And I remember when the Wii came out, if you like behind one of the panels, it had ports for the GameCube controller as well. So
it is the best.
Yeah, definitely was a. I just think it is. Yeah, like you say, the little mini discs, and it was quirky. I just feel like it didn't get much love, the GameCube. But the main game I played on it was, like I said, the Star Wars Rogue games, and Zelda or Wind Waker, which is amazing. Which is another Zelda that I completed. So, it just I loved it.
I played the HD version on the Wii U as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See, that's one console I didn't own a Wii U. So,
sure.
But there was a lot of speculation, wasn't there? Because Nintendo brought out the NES Mini, and then they brought out the SNES Mini, like little emulators, players. And then everyone was like, "Oh, they're going to bring out like a mini GameCube or mini N64," but they didn't. But now people are speculating, well, are they going to release it on the Switch? So
if they gave you GameCube, that would be so. Or N64, they need to give you that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so
that would be so good.
The last 2 years, so 2018, in September they released the NES package, and then last year they released the SNES package. So it would be this year that would be an N64, this year. But whether or not they can do it, they haven't announced anything. So.
They've announced fuck all at the moment. So
so I don't know what they're going to do.
They're all good picks that you've picked. Wind Waker was very, very good. Mario Kart Double Dash, is that the best Mario Kart? I think it might be. In my opinion.
Well, that one was fun. The Mario Kart I put the most time in though is on the Switch. So which I know is like a remaster of the one that was on the Wii U, isn't it? So
yeah, Mario Kart, is it 8 Deluxe?
8, yeah.
8 Deluxe, yeah.
So just looking now, like the GameCube come out in 2001, which seems
Christ.
I can remember vividly going out and with my mum when she bought it for my brother. And it's just it doesn't seem like it should be 19 years old. You know, it's crazy.
No, that is crazy. That is very, very crazy. When did the PS2 come out? Was it before or after that? Before, imagine it came out in 2000. Is it 2000 or 2001?
I'm not sure.
Or was it 99?
And we're gonna do release date, not release dates. We're gonna do episodes on our other like PlayStation, wouldn't we, as well, like nostalgia episodes.
Yeah.
So this one we just thought we'd give all our Nintendo fans out there, and they're probably really angry at us because they think we don't know what we're talking about. So March 4th, 2000 it come out. So
their fault for the wrong
March the 4th, 2000, PlayStation 2 come out. So yeah, year before. Yeah, so 20 years ago it come out. That's crazy.
Wow.
But I remember a lot of people giving Wind Waker a bit of stick when it came out because it obviously had the cell shaded graphics. But I thought it looked really good. I thought it looked really nice with the boat.
Yeah, it did at the time, but now it hasn't aged. Yeah. Like you think, there's 20 years. That's not that long. Like, what is gaming going to look at in 2040?
Exactly. Yeah, it's crazy.
That is mental. Like, what is it? What does that look like? Is the leap going to be as much from like we're going now from the PS5 to obviously from PS2 to PS5 to Cube to wherever it's going to be next for Nintendo Switch, Switch 2, whatever. Go on.
One other game I remember for the GameCube, Luigi's Mansion, the first one. So that was good. Yeah, I enjoyed that.
I didn't play it. I've never played one of those.
Yeah, no.
Played the new one on the newish from last year.
No, I haven't. No, I didn't get it. My girlfriend was going to buy it for me, and then she was like, "I was going to get it for you, but I didn't think you'd want it." I was like, "Why did you think I wouldn't want it?" It's just, go get it for me now. It's fine. GameCube wise, I don't really think I've got anything else to say. As I say, I'd have had a PlayStation.
I've got another one that I used to play on there, but I don't know if I did play it on that or I played it on a different console, and that was Soul Calibur. Because Soul Calibur, you had like different versions, and depending on what console you had it on, you had like exclusive characters.
Yeah.
And I don't know which one you had Darth Vader in. Was that the PlayStation one, or was that the...
yeah, Darth Vader was on the...
Was that the Nintendo version? What did you get on the Nintendo version? Did you get Link? Maybe. I don't know.
It might have been, yeah. But
or was it Yoda? It was something like that. You got like some kind of exclusive character.
I can remember some of them was on Xbox. I remember my mate had it on Xbox and he had Yoda, so maybe that was.
Okay, Yoda was the Xbox one, yeah, and then no, I definitely didn't have that.
No, so Soul Calibur 2, Link was in Soul Calibur 2, so. Okay. Must have been Link. They make like all the Nintendo characters make cameos in their other games, don't they? So, it's I love GameCube was underrated in my opinion, even though, like I say, I didn't have tons of games for it. But when you're a kid, you have limited funds, didn't you? So
it's got its fan base, like people that like it, I think really like it, but it's unfortunate it was up against the the best-selling console of all time, and maybe the best PS2 console of all time. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe, yeah. I just haven't looked to see where
it's up there. It's hard to debate or argue that PS2 is not the best. Honestly, that console was mega console. But then I look at PS3 and then I look at PS4 and I like both of those libraries as well. But that's so tough. I couldn't pick. But maybe PS2 is best. Maybe.
You reckon? Yeah. So when we do, we'll be doing an episode on it, won't we? So we can like deep
Yeah, and
dive
the
into it
PlayStation
then.
ones. Yeah. It's hard to.
So yeah, the off topic, but the Xbox come out in 2001 as well. So that was, so I would have been splitting my time between the PS2, the Xbox, and the GameCube. So
wow, yeah.
Yeah, I did go on. I had a lot of games to the Xbox. I did really like the Xbox. It's one of my favorite consoles. So
yeah, my brother got an Xbox. He's always been an Xbox guy. It's funny how like you just, I don't know if it's like that's what get picks for you at Christmas, and then that's what you're in, because he got it at Christmas, and since then he had like an Xbox, then he got a 360. I think he had like the arcade or whatever first, and then he got an actual like the black 360. Was it Elite or whatever it was called?
Yeah.
And then he said, well, he's now got an Xbox One. So yeah, he's been.
It is weird,
guy.
yeah. I think when I got the Xbox, I kind of moved away from PlayStation onto Xbox, and like again, jumped in feet first into the Xbox 360, but then that's when it ended. When I saw the Xbox One E3, I was like, no, I'm out. So yeah. They don't themselves. But moving on to Wii, which was released in 2006, November 11th. It says here. So never a big fan of the Wii. Yeah,
same.
It was my again my brother's. So it turns out mainly all these consoles were my brother's. So
okay,
I think my mum bought it for him for his birthday once, but I never really played it. So I know there was a Zelda on there, Twilight Princess, but I never played it. I never
played anything on it.
I think by then, obviously, I was I was working by when we come out, so I was like 18, 19 back by then. So obviously I saw the Wii as more of a kids console, so I was more into 360 and
adult entertainment.
I think
watching porn.
Yeah, I don't know if the original Xbox and porn. So I wasn't really into the Wii, but the only thing I think I played on the Wii was the one that bowling, like everyone plays, like bowling, tennis, just having a bit of a muck about. But I never really got into. I didn't like the whole motion controller either. Like I don't want to. If I'm playing Zelda, I don't want to have to wave my hand around, and for it to be unresponsive as well. So it just kind of put me off. I think everyone had, because that's one of the best-selling consoles of all time, isn't it? The Wii. So I think everyone had one. Like it doesn't even if you didn't play games, you had a Wii. Yeah.
Every household had one. It was like my nan had one.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, she still has it.
We've still got ours somewhere.
It used to be in like every living room, and people used to play Wii. I don't know. It was like, it was a really weird for like people who don't play games, not interested in games. They had a Wii.
Exactly.
Just for Wii Sports. It was just a weird.
Oh, and Wii Fit. Because when I used to, I used to work in a shop, and I worked on like the game section. People used to go mad over Wii Fit and
the board and stuff.
Yeah, the board and everything. So, I don't know. For me, the Wii wasn't a big thing, but like you say, everyone had one. Still have got it here somewhere. But I think about 2014, 2013, you was able to get Netflix on the Wii, and that's when I started using it more. When I put Netflix on it, so that shows you really
laggy.
It wasn't great. I bought like a HD cable for it to try and make it look a little bit better, but it was alright. It was alright. Well, because back then that was the only console that was in the living room, so I was like, well, kind of want Netflix down here, so I'll just put it onto the Wii and use it that way. But it's and the next console, which was the Wii U, I never actually.
Can I say my memories of the Wii?
Oh yeah, no, sorry, I'm just jumping in. No, we don't care about your memories, Reese. So,
all right, we'll go on to the Wii U. What's your memories of the Wii U? No. I haven't got many. Similar to yours, I never owned the actual Wii. It was more of like a family console, if you know what I mean. It was just in the living room and anybody could play it. And my sister mostly was playing it because she liked Just Dance. I think that's when all that craze started. And she used to play that all the time. And her friends used to come round after school, and that used to be on in the living room. I used to try and avoid the living room because my sister would play in that. But when I did get a chance to play it, I like the Wii Sports. I like the golf. I like the tennis in that. I actually got quite good at both of those because I used to play them quite a lot. And the only other one I can think of that I really liked, and it worked really well with the controller, was Force Unleashed. Had their version on it.
Oh, okay,
And
yeah.
it was the only game where, obviously, because you had the stick, you feel like you actually had a lightsaber and you could press the button and you used force power. I generally quite enjoyed that. That was quite a good. That was like an actual game that used the controller well. You know, if you can have a lightsaber in your hand, then it's kind of like, as a massive Star Wars fan, it was quite a fantasy. It was cool.
I
really
completely forgot about a GameCube game, Metroid Prime. I really like Metroid Prime.
Yeah,
it's the first Metroid
it's only a small indie game, isn't it?
Yeah, is the first Metroid game I'd ever played. And obviously that's where it gets the name. That's where you get it from, the Metroidvania kind of thing. From obviously, getting new abilities and going back and getting into new places. And it actually ties in. Like I used to take it round to my nan's when I stayed around there. So you never know. I could have actually used the handle as well. I could have been carrying my GameCube to my nan's house using that handle. You know, so
of course you did. You did.
There you go. Yeah. So I just thought I'd go back to that because. That was.
I used to use the handle. I used to take it from my dad's to my mum's. Like, whenever I used to travel anywhere, or if I was going around somewhere else, he was going to the friends. I used to take that thing with me all the time. Yeah, I used to use the handle. Yeah, that was very portable.
So we've proven that the handle was useful.
Yeah, some say it was more portable than the Game Boy. Did the Game Boy have a handle? No. So
but did your TV have a handle? So So this is
maybe. When you had this, because I used to, obviously you had this square, tiny, what was it, like 12-inch screen.
Yeah.
And I feel like some of them had like a thing up the top where you could like pick it up. I don't know if that counts as a handle, but you had some kind of scoop.
I don't know. I remember the first TV I had, which I used to actually play the NES on. And I used to play Mario on it. It was like a really old TV. Like I just kind of like inherited it from my mum and dad. And it was really an old, like it had like wood panels, like wood cover on the side and the top. And it did have a remote because obviously it was too old to have a remote. Yeah. And it was like, I know the listeners can't see, but it must have been like a foot long at the back, and it was like thick glass, and it weighed an absolute ton. And when you used to use it, like, you could smell like ozone, like you could just smell this horrible weird smell every time you used it. And in the end, I think it just like blew up. But it was like a proper beefy old school TV to play Mario on. It's just
that does sound very old. But they were really heavy. TVs were really heavy
mental, and the big clunky buttons that you used to have to. We sound old now, but some of the
even more of like a modern-ish TV, like my nana had a TV before she got like a flat screen TV she's got now. She had like a Sony one, and I think she spent loads of money on it, and it came in like its own stand. It had like a silver stand.
Yeah.
And then when you used to pick it up to move it, it was like a ton. Honestly, you couldn't pick it up.
Back out,
honestly, that was so heavy. It was like you said, it had a massive back. It came with its own stand, like 4 or 3 legs or whatever it had. That was a chunky piece of machinery. Wow.
We got one of them once when we got like a big TV. Like, it didn't have its own stand, but it was like a brand new, can't remember what make it was. And like when you got it, you was kind of like, my God, this is the future. Look at this. This is the future. This is
such a good picture.
We are the nuts. And now you look at the TVs you can get now for what, like a couple of £100. It's just crazy. It's just
thin they are and stuff. Yeah. No bezel.
To have like HD, even that was really thick. Like it had a flat screen, but it was still like, it was just a big boy TV. I tell you, it's
big boy TV.
We're going to do a podcast special on TVs, so stay tuned.
You can go into the Wii U now.
Okay, so Wii U, neither of us have got any. Oh no, you had a Wii U. I remember you said.
I got it late in the generation. I never really had that many games on it
because it got released on Sorry, it got released in 2012, so 6 years after the Wii. So,
Okay, 2012.
So you're going to have to take the helm on this one because, as I say, I never had one. So
So I don't
although
know
I
if I
did,
had it, and I had a PS4 at the time, or I still had the PS3.
okay,
I feel like I got it, and I had a PS4, but
yeah,
I bought it literally. I remember being in Lakeside with my ex-girlfriend, bored out of my mind, and I saw that some guy, and I was just scrolling the internet, and I saw some kind of deal for the Wii U, and it was going like really cheap,
yeah,
and then I was just like, I just bought it because I was just bored. And then I
impulsive.
remember, and then I remember her being quite annoyed that I have spent this money on this console for no reason when she thought I wouldn't play it. And so then I can't remember what I bought. I bought like Mario Kart because I knew all girls like Mario Kart, and she was quite pleased
Yeah,
about it. And she got excited that we were both going to play Mario Kart together. But yeah, I had Mario Kart 8 on it. I had Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, which was a really good
okay.
platformer.
You can get on Switch now, can't you? That come out on Switch.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, I never bought it on Switch because I did play it
I
on the
think
Wii U.
they're slowly bringing out all the Wii U games onto the Switch because no one played the Wii U. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
like
and they did
Captain
have some good
Toad
games.
and
He did have some good
yeah,
games, to be fair. And the
yeah.
same with like Hyrule Warriors, which was
Okay,
a
yeah,
bit
yeah,
like is it Dynasty Warriors?
yeah.
I think
Dennis
it's like a
was yeah,
copy. Yeah, I think it's a bit of a copy of that. But yeah, obviously with Zelda characters. But yeah, no, that was really good. That was quite well, not clever, but I was quite impressed with the amount of like NPCs, like the amount of characters were on screen at once that you could kind
hmm
of kill and stuff. It was quite for that time with the Wii U that I kind of didn't think it was that powerful. But yeah, it was a terrible console in terms of design and how it was built. It's got like a Fisher Price like tablet that you
yeah.
had.
Tablet,
It was
yeah.
holding it. It
I'm
was
pretty
like felt really
sure
cheap plastic. It was not very good. But
the
yeah.
Star Fox that come out on that was terrible because they tried to implement the screen with it. I think so. It was kind of a bit of a mess. So
Yeah, I never
yeah,
played it.
because I think they thought we have the screen. We need to try and integrate it in. But did it have its own Zelda? Did it have its like? Because every console seems to have its own Zelda. I know it had Wind Waker was re-released on it, but did it? It didn't
Twilight
have its own.
Princess.
No, that was Wii. So
Oh.
it must have been the only console which didn't have a new Zelda. So
Yeah,
Breath of the Wild come out on it, didn't it? Sorry.
yeah,
So
and they delayed it so it came out on
yeah,
both the Switch. Yeah,
yeah. So Breath.
that should
Okay,
have
yeah.
been
So
the Wii U one. Yeah,
yeah. So I've kind of answered my question there, but yeah, I
yeah.
never. I did where I used to work. There was one in the warehouse for years, and I was trying to convince my manager to mark it down for me, and he was going to do it, but then he left, and the new guy was an absolute. No words can describe what kind of arsehole this bloke
What
was.
kind of
So
bell he was? Yeah.
yeah, he was an absolute fuck. I don't want to swear too much, but he was a prick, and he was never going to mark it down for me, so I didn't get it.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
but I was only going to buy it to replay Wind Waker, so it probably was going to be a bit of a waste of money anyway. But
Yeah. No, it was. It turned out that it was a waste of money because I played it for like a few occasions, and I
yeah.
think I sold it on eBay. I think I just sold it.
Yeah, I remember you phoning me up once and saying that you was going to sell it. So yeah, you did. Yeah, you sold it on eBay.
Yeah, I did. I
Yeah,
sold it on eBay. Yeah.
yeah. But and then we move on to the Switch. So obviously, we both got a Switch released in 2017. I didn't even have to look that one up because I just knew. And I actually got one in 2017. So I was when I turned 30 back in 2017. You couldn't get them. Like I remember, I think last week
No,
we
you
said
couldn't.
that when they come out, they're really hard to get hold of. So I was kind of went around my mate's house. He had Mario Kart, played it, and I said to my girlfriend, I was like, I'm going to get one. And then I just went online thinking I'd be able to snap one up, but he just couldn't get them anywhere. So anyway, just kind of resigned myself to the fact that I'd have to wait for him to come in stock. And then for my 30th birthday, we went away, and I don't know how. I don't know where she got it. I don't know if she robbed someone or and took it. But my girlfriend managed to get me
Sounds like
one.
it.
Yeah, so that was a massive surprise. She got me Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and Mario. So
Wow.
yeah, it was it was a
Yeah, I
really
got that
good
with my
30th.
Switch. I don't know
Yeah.
when I got mine. I don't know if I got mine like the year later in
Yeah.
2018. I feel like that's
Okay,
when I
yeah,
did get mine. I don't remember when I got mine. I think it must have been then, or I got mine in the summer because I remember it
yeah,
being, I don't know, hot when I had it. I don't know
yeah.
why. I just remember it being hot, and I remember I definitely worked in London because I remember playing Zelda, and I was like, wow, I can actually now play this on the train to work. This is going
Okay,
to be
yeah,
my new
yeah,
thing. I've got
yeah.
45 minutes. I'm going to be sat on this train to London, and I'm going to play Zelda. But then I got a little bit embarrassed that I was playing a video game on the train, and
Nah,
thought I'd be
don't
judged.
worry. The hate
So
is gonna
then,
hate.
I kind of I didn't do it all the time, but then every now and again
Okay.
when it wasn't that busy, I then decided that I would play it. But then when it was really busy, and you've got people standing up and there ain't no chairs, and then they're leaning
Yeah,
over
yeah,
you, and then you're there playing a video game,
yeah,
you've got some dickhead staring at your screen. I'm just like, oh, this,
yeah,
no,
yeah. What are
yeah,
you doing? Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So
What
yeah.
what, what are you playing? But
The one
yeah, no,
and my biggest
it's
criticism of it as well, why I didn't do that was headphones that you couldn't do Bluetooth headphones.
okay, yeah,
And because I'm an Apple
bitch.
person, I have
Okay,
no actual audio jack headphones. I've only
yeah,
got
yeah.
Lightning or it's Bluetooth. So the fact that I didn't have any headphones for it as well was another reason what stopped me from doing it on the train.
Well, that's what I said to you when we was doing this podcast. I had to hunt to find some headphones which actually had a jack because I know I
Mm.
don't know. I called you an Apple bitch, but yeah, I got all my stuff's Apple as well, so I don't really know. So yeah,
Did you call
nothing.
me an Apple
Yeah,
bitch? I didn't even
I
catch
did
that.
call you an Apple bitch. Yeah,
All right, yeah.
yeah, nothing has the audio ports in, but then I don't think Samsung doesn't either. I don't think, or Google. One of them don't. I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah, they all
But
do.
yeah,
Wankers.
it was brilliant. Yeah, a 30-year-old man getting getting a console for his birthday, and I was over the moon. But then she did say she bought it so she could, because we went away, she could just sunbathe and do whatever, and I could entertain myself. So I think she had ulterior motives. So,
Yeah, no, it definitely
um,
sounds like, yeah,
but
great
yeah,
move.
and Mario Kart. First Mario Kart I've actually properly played. So obviously love that, and it's, like you say, great co-op game. Like just like just playing with your mates and just dicking about. It's just fun.
Yeah, no,
And
it's a
when you've
very, very good game.
and then yeah, exactly, and like Zelda, like a massive open world game, so good, looks good, and
Best
and then when you
Nintendo game
think,
ever?
it's up there, I think, yeah, it's up there, definitely up there with McDonald's kids. So, uh, it's crazy,
Fucking
like
hell.
you
For
can
the
play it like
listeners, I'm going to call you a prick.
oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, it just it's the whole portable nature of it is just crazy. So you're playing Zelda on your TV and it looks great, and then when you take it portable, it still looks good. It's just it's powerful as well. Like I've said before, I've played a lot of The Witcher 3. Well, I've completed The Witcher 3 on the Switch. Like I had it for the PS4, never got around to completing it. Got it for the Switch, and I just was playing it constantly. So it doesn't look as good as it does on the Xbox One or the PS4 or the PC, obviously, but I only played it in handheld mode, so it looks good. It runs
Sure.
fine. It crashed a few times, to be fair. And I know this isn't a Nintendo exclusive game, but look, if I go by the games that I've played the most, it is Wind Waker and The Witcher on the Switch. So yeah, I don't play it as much as I should, but I
Wind
love having
Waker.
it.
You played Wind Waker
No,
more than
the
Breath.
Switch. Oh, sorry, Breath of the Wild. Sorry, Breath of the
Yeah, I was going to
Wild.
say you
Yeah,
played Wind
Breath of the
Waker more
Wild and
than.
Witcher.
Yeah.
I just love having it, and it's here. Look, I've got it here. It's next to me, so it's
Okay. Same
yeah.
as me. No special edition there.
No special edition. I didn't go for the coloured one. Well, I didn't buy it. I didn't go for the coloured one, but I got the grey one. And there's a crack in the screen, and I really hope it's the screen protector, not the actual screen. I don't know if you can see. Can you see that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's the glass screen protector, but yeah,
Yeah.
the Switch is brilliant. I've got Mario Odyssey on it, which is really good fun. And a little, a
I'm a fan of
few.
that.
What game did I buy? I can't remember what it's called. Hollow Knight. It's really good. I don't know if you've played it.
Yeah, I've got it.
Like a
Very
little
good.
indie game. Yeah, bit tough,
Metroidvania.
but
Yeah.
Metroidvania. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. It's just the bit, when you're playing I keep saying Wind Waker, Breath of the Wild, when you get off of the plateau and the world opens up to you, and you can tackle the divine beast however you want. It's brilliant, and finding the towers, and then you got to have enough stamina to get up there. And sometimes you got to find ways of getting in onto the towers to be able to get up to the top. And I haven't completed it still. I've had it for 3 years now, but I still haven't completed it.
I never beat it either.
I will get around to it one day. I definitely will. For me, I'm a bit weird. If I'm really enjoying a game and I get near the end, I stop playing it because I don't want it to finish, if that makes any sense. So I'm enjoying it so much. I think if I carry on playing this, I'm going to complete it, and then I won't have it to play anymore. Sure. So I kind of just stop. I get it. Yeah, I think I don't know, maybe I got something wrong with me, but yeah, it's that's why I stop playing games sometimes. I think. Oh yeah, it's a bit harsh, mate. But what about you? About your Switch games? Your Switch memory?
Similar to you, yeah. Mario Kart is great. I think it's been good all the way along, hasn't it? Really, I think Double Dash is probably my favorite. But Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is a really good version. And I remember playing it at Christmas with family and stuff. So like you said, such a good co-op game. And,
exactly.
It's maybe the best, other than Smash Bros, which once again is a really good. Although I never really played it much. I bought Smash Bros Ultimate. Once again, very good. I enjoyed it. I liked all the single player stuff, but I played like a lot of the Nintendo games. I kind of played like maybe 3/4 of it, and then for some odd reason, not for the reasons where you jump out, but I don't finish it, and I just move on. I don't know why, but the same with that. I was really enjoying that, and I just stopped. And another one that I really, really enjoyed, and it's the first time I've ever played one, and it may be my favorite game on the console, and I never finished it, and that was Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Okay.
It was fantastic, brilliant. I had never played Fire Emblem before, and it was really, really good. But once again, I never finished it. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I was loving that game. It was so good. I must go back to it. That is on my list of I must finish that game because it was so good.
Don't you have it's a long game though, isn't it? You got to put a lot of hours into it.
I put a lot of hours into it already.
Yeah, like the Persona games. I've never played any of them, but they're like 100 hours long or whatnot. So, it's. I definitely need to start using it more. It's a good. It's a really good little console, and it's good that it's getting some third party support now as well. Because that's what happened to the Wii U. Kind of killed it off. No one supported it, and it was just a bit of a joke, wasn't it? So, it's good to see that there's third party support, and we just need Nintendo to do a direct and tell us actually what games they're bringing out. So we know Metroid
first party games, definitely.
Metroid got pushed back because they had to rebuild it from the beginning. But obviously we know Zelda 2, Breath of the Wild 2 is coming out. We just need to know, is there some dates and new games, new IPs maybe of
well, it's never actually been officially announced, has it? But obviously it's coming.
No, they showed the little trailer, so you know it's on its way, but when it could, it's kind of like it could be any time. So
it could be any time. They could make it really quickly actually. But the other games that I can kind of think of with the Switch as a good kind of highlights or shout-outs is Dead Cells. Did you ever play Dead Cells?
No, I know I've heard of it, but I've never played it.
Yeah, another Metroidvania-esque side-scroller, but it was really fun, like really fast combat. You had like kind of a, I don't know, I don't know if that's in other Metroidvanias where you have like it's not a perma-life where you kind of, but you die. If you die, you have to start all the way from the beginning.
Okay,
and you go up the levels, and it was so addictive because it was so quick. Like you got past level 1, but you kept all your equipment, so you upgraded. But if you got to like level like 10 or like 11, you're like, oh fuck, I don't really want to die here. But you're on such a roll because as you go up, you get like more and more powerful as you go through the levels. But then you get to keep it, so then you start again, so you can. But that was a really good game. It's quite cheap as well.
Okay,
you should
I might look at it. I think I've got some
or maybe under.
I think I've got some points, so I might have to go and
get Dead Cells. Dead Cells is a really good game to play. Good part-time players game to jump in and out.
Okay, good.
Animal Crossing is New Horizon is a game that I played during lockdown this year. It's the first Animal Crossing I've ever played,
Okay,
and
yeah, yeah.
I thought it was good. And then as soon as I finished the actual main campaign, I kind of just didn't play it again because I didn't see the
Give
point. I
up.
know it's like you can
Yeah,
go on and on forever and you go through the season collecting things, but I was just kind of like,
you couldn't be
there's
bothered.
no objective. I don't see the end. I don't know because I'm not playing with anybody. There's no
Yeah, yeah,
community. You're not coming to my play. I'm not going to anybody else. I don't know. I never played it after I finished the actual campaign. But
yeah.
yeah, do you like Animal
I've
Crossing?
heard, I've never played one. I saw my niece playing it and she was into it, but like I think she like yourself, like she was playing it every day, really into it, and then all of a sudden she just stopped. She just didn't bother playing it no more. So
Mm,
yeah,
mm.
I've heard that a few times actually as well. Like reviews I've listened to, yeah, like on it addictive, and then you just kind of like, oh, yeah, can't really be bothered anymore. So
Yeah, no,
I'll give
it's
it a
quite
go
addictive.
because I know everyone says how good the Animal Crossing games are, but I've never played an Animal Crossing
Yeah,
game.
in terms of world building,
Um,
community building, it's really good. It's a bit like that Stardew Valley,
okay,
where you
yeah,
have the
yeah,
farm. Yeah, very similar system to that.
yeah.
Did you play that? Have you
Um,
got that?
no, not played that either. No.
No, okay, yeah.
No, yeah. No, this is where it's showing that now.
Uh,
I don't actually play games. This is all. This I'm just joking. You know, this is just. I'm just
well, we are
blagging it every
part.
week.
Yeah,
You know.
a bit of a part timer, aren't you? Really?
Yeah. So I don't know when people listen to this, we've missed out really all the DSs, but the only games I really played on a DS were Pokemon. So um, I don't really, didn't really have much
I
more
never had
to.
one.
I did buy Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story, which was kind of like a Mario RPG, which was supposed to be really good, and I had it, but I never played it. Again, I used to just when I was younger, just hoard games and never play them.
Yep.
And hopefully one day I will get round to playing it. But at the minute, all my stuff's kind of like in storage, so I can't play them at the moment. But one DS games I did used to play. Sorry, little DS side note here. All the first two Professor Layton games were really good. Loved
Oh, the brain training
well, yeah,
nonsense.
Professor
Yeah.
Layton and the Curious Village and was the first one, and Professor Layton and the Pandora's Box was the second, I think.
Yeah, I
I
remember
actually
those. Yeah.
completed Professor Layton and the Curious Village. It was really good.
Ah, well,
Loved it. Loved the animation style. It was really
congratulations.
brilliant. So that's Pokemon and Professor Layton. That's what I've played on the DS. So
Okay.
apologies if you're a massive DS fan and we haven't really spoken about it, but yeah, neither of us kind of had any.
I'm sure two of them will be fine.
Yeah,
Both of
our
them will be
listener.
fine.
I'm sorry. I'm sure our listener will be all right with it. But yeah, I
But
think.
what was I going to say? Yeah, no. In terms of like future going forward now, so we talked about the past, but what do you want to see in the future? Do you think the Switch has got a long legs now? Obviously, the PS5 and we're going into Series X. Do we get a Switch 2? What should Nintendo do?
I reckon they'll bring out like a Switch 1.5, a
Okay,
little bit
like a
more
Pro
powerful.
type thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a Pro. Yeah, because it's only 3 years old, so or like
Mm.
3.5 years old now, nearly. Yeah, I don't think we need a new. I don't think we need a new one. They just need to bring out games on this one, and people will happily buy it. So, you know,
Yeah.
they just need to hurry up and get the games out. Really,
Mm.
like you say, we had Paper Mario, and before that it was Mario Maker 2, and I think
No, Mario Maker 2 was last
was
year
that
because I
last
bought
year?
Mario Maker. Yeah.
Okay, so we've
I
had
think
Paper Mario and
Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing. That's it. So yeah, they need to step it up a
Luigi's
little bit.
Mansion was the one before that, I believe.
Yeah, that was last year. Yeah,
Yeah, that's that. What, November, December? I thought that was like quite late.
yeah,
And then, yeah, around about this time, September, August, I think Mario Maker came out. And I can't
yeah,
remember after that, but yeah, they do
yeah.
need to do another direct. Another Zelda would be good. I imagine. I don't know what we're going to get with another Mario.
News on
Whatever.
Metroid,
Yeah, Metroid will be
definitely.
massive. I would love to see something from, I don't know, maybe not Fire Emblem because they're probably too soon for that. But Firefox, yeah, Metroid, Firefox, Bayonetta, another Bayonetta. Something to do with Mario. Obviously, he's got to be there at some point.
Yeah.
You know, maybe Dr. Mario, the fraud.
Yeah, he's dangerous.
And yeah, Zelda. I think
Yeah.
that's a pretty
Obviously,
that's a pretty good lineup.
Pokemon come out last year, but that was a bit of a. Although the
Yeah,
DLC
Pokemon.
looks
Yeah, I
good,
forgot about
it
Pokemon.
kind
Yeah,
of.
that's big.
I
Yeah.
spoke about it before on here. Like I love, I do like Pokemon. I've played them all apart from Black and White and Sun and Moon, I think it is.
Okay.
I was playing when I bought Black and White. That was for the DS, and you got this Pokemon. It was called Trubbish, it was a bag of rubbish. I just thought, no, I'm out, So I left it for a little while, and then went back in Sword and Shield. But it does. I'd like them to the Pokemon they brought out last time is really easy, and it was like really quick as well. So I think I said it might have been last week or the week before, a Pokemon game where you can go to all the different regions would be my ideal, cup of tea.
Full
with all the
open
different
world
Pokemon.
game.
Full open
What you
world.
kind of
Johto, Kanto, Hoenn, and
this is kind of what you kind of thought this one was going to be, didn't you? Really?
Yeah, that's what I kind of But it was just in like a weird like British type kind of land, and he had like different. It was pretty cool how they did it because like Meowth, if you call it in the Galar region, it looked completely different to what it does in in Kanto and Johto, and that was pretty cool. And they had like the big instead of safari zones, I can't remember, they had these big open world zones where you just saw a Pokemon walking around, and some of it was some of the ideas, it was really good, but it was really easy, too easy. So
okay, I had a problem with that because I bought Pokemon Go Pikachu.
Yeah.
Because I thought, let's jump into Pokemon. I haven't played it for years and years, and I knew that the next big one was coming up the year after, obviously Sword and Shield, which I end up not getting off the back of what Sword and Shield end up being and how much I didn't actually play Pokemon Go Pikachu, whatever. Because the same thing. It was just really easy, really easy, to the point where it was a bit boring. Like, there was just no challenge to it at all.
On that one, you didn't even have to.
Though.
You didn't have to battle them to get their health down or anything, did you? I think you just caught them. You just it was kind of like Pokemon Go, wasn't it? Yeah, like
you had to flick the screen to get the ball in like Pokemon Go, and then every time you walked, you just found another like trainer or fighter, whatever you want to call them. And then they just had to keep doing these fights, but it was almost like annoying because it was every 2 seconds, and they were easy, and it ended up becoming annoying. Like you'd walk 2 steps, there's another fight. You walk 2 steps, there's another, and it was just like, I don't know, it was just annoying.
Yeah, no, I would like a big proper open world Pokemon, and that would be my dream.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait to see when they do the direct to see what they bring, and then I think they have to bring, they have to announce some pretty big stuff soon. So
there must be something in August. I feel like August is going to be a big month for announcements.
Yeah,
because the Xbox and PlayStation, we cannot be September. We don't know. Because you're talking a couple of months away before it's actually launching. They have to reveal price and all that stuff. It has to be in August. We cannot enter September and not know all them details. So I'm expecting another event from both Xbox and PlayStation, and I expect an event from Nintendo to talk about what games are coming out this year and next year.
When this comes out, when this goes out live, all this information could have already been released. So.
Very well could be seen very stupid, but it's a time machine. So for comment, so whoever wants to put a comment in the YouTube comments, well, fuck you.
Yeah. So I don't know if you have any more thoughts on any of your Nintendo consoles and games.
No, not really. Other than I'm kind of glad it's done a full circle. I really like Nintendo. I'm kind of glad it didn't go away. It was at one stage during the Wii U, the Wii U more, that Nintendo was kind of dead. It was going in the way of like Sega or whatever. It had, real trouble in terms of maybe financially as well or whatever. And it looked like they were going to have to do like a partnership and maybe just put their games out on Xbox and PlayStation. But they've really turned it around with a Switch, and I'm really pleased with them. They've gone from strength for strength. I'm just looking for the next wave of really top games because it seems like it's a little bit of a dry patch for the Switch at the moment.
Yeah, I'm excited for the direct. So let's hope it's soon. So and they do drop them quite. They do just like they do kind of do it spontaneously, don't they? So you never know.
Yeah, they normally
keep
announce about a
checking
few days
the
before. Like
news.
we've got a
Yeah,
switch, we've got a direct, and it's on Tuesday, and they're announcing like Sunday evening or something. It's like
exactly. Yeah,
2 days later they've got this like big thing. So yeah, it could be
yeah,
any time, like literally before we post this, it could be some big blowout. And everyone we're saying now they've announced a new Star Fox, they've announced the next Zelda, they've announced this and that before this has even been published. So yeah, well, I kind of hope we are proven wrong because that would be really good
yeah.
if they
And
do that. So
we'll wait. Yeah,
yeah, but I think
but
that's a wrap for this episode. We'll go through the
oh,
socials.
we've got no. Sorry. Whoa there.
Oh, really?
Whoa.
Have I
We've
forgotten
got
a segment?
this day in gaming.
Oh, okay. We've got a
Okay,
special
so
one. Okay.
this is in the future because this is the day in this episode will go live. Okay, so this day, the 12th of August, 1988, The Adventures of Bayou Billy was released, and
What?
on the NES, The Adventures of Bayou Billy. So it's
What is
kind of
that?
like it's kind of like you're playing as a Crocodile Dundee type guy, but obviously American, and you have to rescue Annabelle. It's like a beat 'em up. It's a side-scrolling beat 'em up, and I actually had this game on. So when I was looking up for this day in gaming, and I saw The Adventures of Bayou Billy, I was like, "Shit, I had that game." It was
Really?
yes, I really
Okay.
like it. Yeah, so
I was going to say, does
um,
anybody actually own this game or know what this game is? It
yeah,
sounds
no,
like the most
yeah,
obscure thing, but you
me,
owned it.
yeah,
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
yeah, I had this,
Okay.
and my
Okay.
brother will be able to back me up on that. So yeah, and it's fun enough. It was released in 1988, like I said, and Crocodile Dundee came out 2 years before in 1986. So I kind of think it was a kind of a little bit of a,
A copy.
you know,
Yeah.
yeah,
Inspired.
but
We'll say
yeah,
inspired. Yeah.
yeah, but you played as the character Billy West, and
Billy
yeah, that was
West.
released in '88 on an NES. And we forgot to mention as well, the NES used to be called the Famicom, and it was renamed. So. But yeah, that's my.
What, in the US only? Was it US only or UK? Was that in the UK?
No, in the UK it was the NES. I think it was the Famicom in Japan. It got released in Japan
In
first.
Japan, okay.
But yeah, the Adventures of Bayou Billy. Google it and watch a Let's Play on YouTube because I actually don't because it hasn't aged well at all.
It's funny how some
But,
people call it the NES and some people call it the SNES, isn't it? Is that like a American
no, so
European thing?
the NES is the Nintendo Entertainment System, and the SNES is the Super Nintendo
Okay.
Entertainment System. So two totally different
NES,
consoles. Yeah, NES. So I call it the NES, and I'd call the Super Nintendo Entertainment System the SNES. That's what I'd call.
SNES. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah,
the
when some
SNES,
people call
yeah.
it SNES and then some people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I
no,
used to get confused about
I
was
see.
in the UK where we are, the not Nintendo, but the Sega Mega Drive was called the Mega Drive, but in other countries it was called. I think in America it was called the Genesis. So when people used to talk
Wasn't
about
that
this,
the one before? Was that the one before?
no, that was the Master System. So the Master System
okay.
was called the Master, which I had as well. That was a good console. But yeah, so when people used to talk about the Sega Genesis, I was like, what are they talking about? But yeah, it was called the in Mega Drive where we are. So
Okay.
just a little bit of random there. But yeah, that was
Okay, that's quite cool.
this day in gaming. So
Another
yeah,
great
I was
console, actually, the Dreamcast.
never
Did you
had
ever play a
one.
Dreamcast?
No, I bought one at a boot sale a few years
Okay.
ago, but never see if it worked or had any games for it. So
Why?
I know Jet Set
What-
Radio was on it. So
those pointless. Figure
yeah,
that. Yeah. Was
it's
it
like
Crazy Taxi? I
£3.
remember
So
Crazy Taxi. I remember playing that around my friends. My friend had one.
I-
I never had one. My friend Ben had one, and I used to go around there after school, and we used to play Crazy Taxi. It was really good.
I played Crazy Taxi in the arcade, so I've played Crazy Taxi before, but yeah, never on a Dreamcast.
Yeah, no.
And then, like I say, I know Jet Set Radio come out on it, which is a good game. And then Jet Set Radio Future got released on the original Xbox, which was an absolutely fantastic game, and I love it so much.
Okay.
And I really wish they'd release it. So I'm welling up because I love it so much. I just love it. But yeah, no, that was a good game. But yeah, no, I think that's it for this week. This special ep.
Yeah.
We'll do the social media. So obviously we're on Twitter at PTPlayerspod, Facebook, the Part-Time Players Podcast. We've got our Gmail, ptplayerspod@gmail.com. If you want to get in touch, you can send an email or DM us on Facebook or Twitter. If you've got any feedback, questions, you just want to get in touch, we'd love to hear from our listeners and have some sort of interaction with yous. And yeah, thanks for listening, and we hope you enjoy what we're putting out. So
Yeah,
I don't know if Reece
definitely.
has
Yeah.
got anything else to say.
No, yeah. Please DM us if you got anything to say or like to be mentioned on the podcast. We appreciate
Yeah, and
any form of
if you
communication. That's great. But yeah, no, thank you for listening, and
and
yeah, appreciate it.
one, yeah,
If you can, if you can start liking and subscribing, so if we can get
yeah. I
like
was
a
gonna say,
review, like subscribes, that would all very much be helpful. It doesn't cost you
yeah,
anything. It
on
just a little swipe, just press the 5-star. Say this is the best thing you've
yeah,
ever listened to. It doesn't
yeah,
cost you anything, and we would very, very,
much
very much
appreciate it.
appreciate it.
So, and as well, another thing, like if you like it and you think people who like it, tell them as well. And yeah, like Reece said, give us some like and subscribe, and you can rate the podcast on Apple Podcasts in the app. So that really helps as well, because I think it helps with the algorithm, and it helps us get more exposure and more people to listen to us. So yeah,
And Brad
that'd
likes
be
more
great.
exposure, so
Yeah, I love
great.
exposure. So yeah, I'm always exposing myself. So yeah. But yeah, no, thanks,
Okay.
guys.
Okay. Yeah. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.